So trading hands here. I think this is a really appropriate match for the two of them. Betty is such a DSS fangirl and
Mhm.
learned a lot from him. So this is always going to be fun. We're going to see them work really creatively. We're going to see those versus brains coming out.
Yeah, just some absolutely explosive combos definitely on tap here. Betty's playing a right to left board. Dave Smith's playing a little bit of a high blockade board, really needing to break through row 8 here, and he has started to in column 8. And really good opening here. And yep, here comes the Dave Smith combo, getting everything lowered board elevation wise.
Yeah, and Betty has had to really work a tuck game here. I mean, if you notice towards the bottom third of the board, there's like double red tucked under there. She's working layers
Hmm.
and layers and layers. And you can see that she's setting up for this blue horizontal. She's just going to trigger it as quickly as she
Wow.
can and hope that that diversity shows up. It's looking really good. She's 15, 12 now. So let's hope some blue yellow comes through for Betty.
Hmm.
Nice lightning bolt for her. She's just got everything planned out, JB.
Yeah, and Dave Smith here doesn't have much of a need for red. In fact, he has zero need for red, and he's going to get this nice drop combo and setting up the underclear for the blue as well. Just amazing board vision there by Dave Smith, and does get a horizontal clear. Does drop his blue stack down a bit, so he'll have to play one more to get out of 6, and there it is, out at a minute 20.
Hmm. And Betty just needs a couple more reds and one blue, which she's clearly going to go for an under clear there. And look at that. She set up a nice platform so that everything can be tucked in really neatly. She's out at a 127 and she's going to be into her level 7, which I do not like, JB.
Yeah, normally it's 8 that's cursed for people,
Oh
but you
my
have unlucky
God.
7. Betty here off to a really roaring start, needing a lot of blue up top. This double blue, she's gonna have a critical decision to make. Goes for the double vertical here. Dave Smith at 24. Dave Smith playing a right to left slanted down board, looking for some yellow there, getting
Mm.
it. Great combo by Dave
Hmm.
Smith. Something we know and love from Dave Smith there, as he is down to 20 viruses. Betty down to 22. These two very, very close.
Yeah, and she has setups on setups. There we go. There's a beautiful triple followed by a tea of two different colors. That's amazing. That is a super sweet tea. And she's already setting up for another horizontal. Amazing combo work from Betty here. This is exciting.
Yeah, it's just amazing the combo work that these two players have put in over the years. Betty has an amazing end game setup here. She's going to go 3-4 and open everything up on her board, get the horizontal, and just some fantastic sequencing there. Out at a 237. That's an insanely strong time coming out of 7.
Absolutely. And, Dave, not in a bad situation here, is going to probably take these reds horizontally there in row 3 and is going to be able to open up that blue. Everything free and clear can undertuck that. This double blue perfect and 2 in a row. When does that ever happen? He's out at a 307.
Yeah, absolutely great run there by Dave Smith. He is giving up about 13 viruses to Betty, who's just been lights out here in this first of best of 3. And Betty's going to drop down some reds here. I believe she might be setting up for maybe a drop combo with a double red. I'm not sure, but we will see as she continues to work things along.
Yeah, she's got some contingency plans there going. She'd love to get a double red, I think, going here. That is the signal, but she can get some other plans going. She's gonna manufacture a sideways sweet tea, so nicely done for her.
Wow.
And now we may see a little bit of a tricky situation with setting up a horizontal, or it may go super smoothly. We shall see. But wow, she is really taking it to Dave Smith, who is working through a barge of yellow, and I think that blue yellows he showed that he did not want those flipped that way. He just
Hmm.
smacked them all down and took out the garbage.
Yeah, Betty in a tough end game spot here. You don't want to be on a dependent on a garbage clear of the same color of one of your remaining viruses, but turning it into a clear here, getting that last blue out at a 415 here, sub 5 going into 9 is just phenomenal.
Hmm. Yeah, and meanwhile Dave's still working through. Gonna need a ton of yellow here to clear out this board, but lots of space to work around. Kind of glad he didn't sell out for a horizontal with those yellows that was up that high. It would be tough for him to work that plan. But so he's just got to stay as efficient as possible, keep these yellows
Hmm.
going. But Betty's got plenty of time to make a good start in 9.
Yeah. Betty is blazing through here. She's got a lot of opportunities. She's going to get this garbage tea. Really, really nice way to open up the board here. She has 26 viruses to go here in 24, or excuse me, level 9. And Dave down to his final 5. He's really, really hoping for some yellow help. And I don't know what Dave's doing here. I think he may be setting up here. He's definitely telegraphing, well, he was a horizontal clear, but he is going to go last on that as he's down to his final 2. But, okay, going to go horizontal to be a
Whew.
little bit more efficient and a little scary there as well.
Yeah, it looked like there might have been a couple of misdrops there in the center of the board. There was a little bit of hesitancy and movement, and then just a drop. So I'm not sure what happened there. But now he is in his level 9, and Betty is just plowing through this.
Hmm.
Her PB I think is a 530 in this level block, which is amazing. She's past that, but this is still a fantastic time for Betty. And the column 8 stoplight here, a little bit tricky. I hate to see that as your very end game, but man,
Hmm.
she has done a great job. And fat log to Betty.
Yeah, and I think she might have been setting up for the double blue underclear, but it is really one direction or the other here.
Mhm.
She's going to get a double blue pill anyway, making it a 6-14 and a game 1 win.
Yeah, that was some outstanding play by Betty.
Meanwhile, Dave Smith finishing up his 9, and he is going to top out.
Whew.
So we're going to go into game number 2 here as Betty really showing her average is a 640. So she definitely playing better than average there. Dave Smith with that 703. So I think Dave Smith's going to have to play a little bit more aggressively here to force that game 3 as Betty definitely was playing pedal to the metal from the word go.
Yeah, and the thing is you can see based on her play from that game that she not only has her versus game in control, but she's married it to her speed game. And you can tell
Hmm.
that by the way that the endings work for those levels. It sometimes happens that because she's working on all the combos, the bottom gets messy and sometimes viruses get blocked up. But
Hmm.
everything had a plan at the end. And so that was outstanding.
And we're going to continue the outstanding play here in 3-2-1 pills. Dave Smith out of the blocks first, opening with a red blue, getting that right side of the
Mm.
board or that left side of the board taken care of in a really good opening sequence. Meanwhile, Betty just playing a wide open board here has a
Mm.
lot of opportunities and can play deep down and maybe build herself up for some late endgame combos.
Yeah, it's a super interesting shape that this board is in right now.
Hmm.
Um, and Dave is able to make these quicker clears and some more straightforward combos, but Betty kind of has some delayed gratification there. Now, Dave, I think that blue yellow in columns 1 and 2, that's probably a misdrop because he probably wanted to slide the yellow half in between those yellows. But
Hmm.
we shall see. Looks like he's also going for a horizontal with the reds there on the right hand side.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities with the red yellows, and that just seems to be coming a lot for him. I love this fat log opening up the board, and now he's going to go horizontal, and I agree with that. It doesn't mean he has to take too much time to worry about the rest of the board here, and just good setups here. Could have even laid that double blue flat and just comboed out the blues, but still, Dave out first at a 115. Oh, never mind. Petty out at a 111. And our players here continuing to roll along. 31 viruses to go here to Betty's 28 here. Dave definitely has turned the aggression up as he's continuing to throw down some pills here. Great sequence there, opening up columns 3 and 4, getting those blues, which aren't particularly useful to him right now, but making the situation work. And he is going to get a drill combo. So he has column 1 open to him. 22 viruses to go on Betty's side here. Dave holding on to a lead here, but there's about a 4 or 5 second difference between start times on these players as Betty is continuing to roll this along down to 14, 18 to go for Dave Smith here. and just really, really good combo play by Dave. He's going to get a yellow-blue combo over in column 7 and 8. Not a lot of yellow for him to work with up top.
Yeah, none at all. Luckily, there's those reds doubled up in column 7. That's going to be a little bit more efficient. He's not blocked up. He's not going to lose access to that blue. Notice he's already signaling that he's going to be taking that blue in row 2 out horizontally as soon as he can
Mhm.
undertuck. Oh, although the T dropped that double blue down one more than he might have wanted it. So that setup didn't end up panning out. But speaking of setups that ended up panning
Wow.
out, Betty's super close to dropping everything at the same time. And now she's out of 7 at a 251. Dave not too far behind, out at 3 minutes. And so, ooh, I'm I think there's a tasty setup coming for Betty. What do you say?
I absolutely agree. I'm waiting for the hammer to fall here, and here
Mhm.
comes the double red, and boom, getting the combo and just getting everything set up nicely. A little bit of garbage there, and just going back to 7. I thought Betty's 7 in game was getting a little messy, but she managed to work it out brilliantly to keep that lead that she's been holding over Dave. Dave is giving up uh,
Mm.
about 5 viruses here,
Ooh.
but playing a much cleaner board. Betty's just trying to juggle everything down, but getting a good combo here and setting herself up for success.
Yeah, I was just oohing and awing over some of the combos that just showed up for Dave Smith at the beginning of
Mhm.
that board. Now, the board shape now has gotten tricky with the chasm that's in the center of the board for Dave Smith. You see that Betty's board a lot more pleasantly set up, low down. So she's going to have an easier time building combos, building those horizontals like in column 1. Yeah, but man, let's hope Dave Smith gets some reds.
Yeah, Dave Smith, a red rush would be huge for him right here because Betty has just been absolutely torching through this
Mhm.
level 8, and she's going to be out at 414. Shout out to Milwaukee. And she's got 40 viruses to go here and a bit of a clustered opening.
Yeah, but she is opening that right up. You can see she's already thinking about a horizontal there. Yeah, you saw based on that blue yellow that she changed her mind. She was thinking about something initially, and she wanted to make sure that that worked out. Dave Smith out at about a 443. Did you see something cool over there, JB?
I just love how he closed that out with comboing everything here. And Dave is going to have to play pretty aggressively here, or he will give up his 2-0 sweep to Betty here. He is on about an 8 virus chase down. A great little flip there over in column 3. Dave has decent diversity. I think I'd really like to see some blue for him and some red, so he could really open up that center right side that you see probably up 6, 7 rows.
Mhm. Yeah, whereas Betty is gonna be able to open up a little bit of diversity with almost any pill half that drops down. Would love to see a red yellow for Betty. You could see she was shaking back and forth about what she was gonna do. Red yellow is still gonna be the great play. It's coming through for her. Watch this happen. Horizontal into
Wow.
vertical, into another horizontal, and no negative garbage. In fact, favorable garbage that's going to help her platform that blue horizontal. Amazing work from Betty.
Meanwhile, Dave's still trying to make this competitive here, even though he is down by double digits. Just really hoping for some red here. Can really start tearing this board up. But doesn't seem to
Ooh!
be getting it. Big double red there. He'll get a Lotus combo. But Betty, triple fives there, out
Oh,
and into round number 2. What a great finish there from Betty.